Hey y'all made it back to another day of Vlogtober. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. We jumping right back into the spooky tea. Today's video, as you can see from the title below, is about dreams. I love videos about dreams. As y'all know, I'm doing my dream journal. I think I'm gonna do only 3 videos about my dream journal. And I love dreams. They can be anything that you want them to be if you know how to lucid dream, or they could just be crazy and all over the place like a lot of mine. So if that's something that you're into and you like hearing about, stick around. We about to get right into it. Let's go. Hey girl, I love your stories. A few days ago, I saw a few videos on TikTok about lucid dreaming and recognizing your dreaming. One video was saying to go up to your dream character and ask for a date and time. The video reactions of doing that were being chased in negative reactions from dream characters. I thought if I ever lucid dreamed, I would damn sure not ask that. So I go to sleep one night and I'm in my dream. It's like I'm at my dad's house. I was doing something in my room and I walked to the dining room where everyone was to join the conversation. It started getting kind of heated between me and my dad, and I thought to myself, I have to be dreaming because my dad don't talk to me like that. Once I realized, I was like, okay, let me play it cool so they don't realize I'm aware that I'm asleep. I walk off to explore. While alone, I try to recreate his house because if this is a dream, I'm able to control my surroundings. I was able to visualize each room in the house, but it was basically just walls. So I go to explore and end up in a crowd of like 3 or 4 people. I was going down a spiral staircase like a library. I decided to aimlessly wander around like in a normal dream. None of the books had titles or writing. As I'm walking, I ended up in a dark hallway and I started to get scared thinking that they were onto me. I started trying to wake myself up, but the attempts were not working. I figured I was getting close because I could feel myself snoring. I looked down and I grabbed my shirt. I tugged at it and started stirring in my sleep. I kept doing little things until I woke up. I felt so weird after, like, did that shit just really happen? I honestly didn't want to go back to sleep, but I did eventually, and it hasn't happened since. If it does, I'll try to do more, like ask questions and figure out how to wake myself up, and I'll be sure to update y'all. Thank you for reading my story. Thank you so much for sending in your story. Me personally, I've had a lot. I used to lucid dream like crazy. I've had a lot of experiences, and from what I experienced, because I've actually done it, I've actually said, I'm dreaming out loud in my dream, and they do not play that mess. I don't know why, but they go crazy. They want you out of there immediately. It's like you're disrupting their world or something by doing that. I don't know. It's kind of like they want to keep you oblivious to the fact that this is not necessarily your world, even though it kind of is, because I mean, I don't know, I don't want to get deep into it. I mean, we could if y'all want to, but not right now. So yeah, like I said, I mean, I've said this before in the video. I don't know if I'm gonna post that one first or this one first, but I've literally screamed out loud, this is a dream in my dream, and they kicked me out. I mean, they pushed me into a wall, and it like I guess it was supposed to like jolt me back into my body and wake me up, but I got trapped in the in-between and I slipped into sleep paralysis, and it was crazy. Then I felt like I was on, I don't know what I can say. I felt like I was on drugs, a certain drug that make you like hallucinate and see psychedelics and stuff. So yeah, that's what I was seeing. It's just so many instances. Like there was another time where I figured out that I was in a dream, and then everything turned into a clock. Everything started to disintegrate around me, and my dream became warped, and I just felt like something bad is about to happen. These clocks must be telling me time is running out, so I need to get out of here. They kicked me out of that dream too. Long story short, it was crazy. All right, now we're gonna get right into the next story. My name is Angel, and this will be more than likely a paranormal activity story. I have a lot of stories, mainly with my dreams. I love that I can see stuff in my dreams, but I hate it at the same time because some of the stuff messes with me in my sleep and has my anxiety all over the place. It all started back in the summer of 2021. I used to have these moments in my sleep where I would try to wake up because something would either make me stay down, choke me, whisper, or growl in some type of way. I couldn't understand it. It would push me back down and say sleep in a gentle way. That went on from the winter to the summer. Well, one night I was watching TV, my kids were gone, so I was just relaxing and reading a book while the TV was on. I ended up going to sleep, and the scene in the book that I was just reading came into physical form in my dream. The old lady in the book was a root worker, and she did voodoo as well. In the dream, she was saying she knew who I was, and she asked if I wanted to put a root on somebody. But when I looked at her, her eyes was the color of burning amber. And even though her approach was gentle, her eyes were saying something else. So I tried to wake up. When I tried to wake up, I kid you not, I felt someone's hand on top of my head, trying to push me into the pillow. I tried to fight it off, but it was not letting up. It tried to unalive me. By the 5th attempt, I was able to get it, and I heard an actual scream. The scream reminded me of the Venom movie. Anyway, at this point, I'm scared shitless, and I did not want to go back to sleep. I started reading a book, and it brought up 3 different dream catchers. It was a dream catcher, something else, and a Boo Hag. It explained the difference of each one, but my eye was on the Boo Hag dream catcher. I went to look it up, and basically, they love to drain people's energy in their sleep. The image was basically like Freddy Krueger without the knives for nails. Very creepy. You can get them from anyone's home because it feeds off of good energy. After looking up how to get them from your room, I saged my room. I put a brush by my window because they count the bristles, covered my mirror, and prayed like I never prayed before. When my anxiety went down and I was able to go back to sleep, I promise you, I felt 3 jumps over my body to get to the window. I've been sleeping like that ever since. Moral to the story is sleep paralysis is bullshit and sleep demons are real. I believe in both. I really do. That was a good story because it's crazy. I've read up on Boo Hags, and I've actually seen a lot of, like, I don't know what side of TikTok I'm on. One day I'm on spiritual, the next I'm on dream TikTok, and the next I'm somewhere else. But they say a lot about Boo Hags, and they also say like put rice on the floor at the foot of your bed or by your door because they have to count every single grain before they mess with you. I don't know if it's like an OCD thing. Y'all let me know in the comments, but they have to count every single thing. Or even sugar, like something really tiny, they feel like they have to count every single one before they mess with you. And then if they don't do it in time, I think they come back the next night. It's crazy. I would never want to experience anything like that. Girl, you had it for so long, from the winter till summer. That's a long time to be going through that. I feel like I had sleep paralysis for that length of time before. Like every single night is exhausting to the point where I swear there was one point in time that I dreaded going to sleep. Let's get into this next story, y'all. Hey girl, I've been watching your videos for a while now, and I wanted to start off by saying I love watching them and you. They've taught me a lot so far, and being that I'm 16, I could take them as advice basically. Your daughter seems so lovely and reminds me of one of my little sisters. Thank you. I've had this exact dream once before, earlier this year. This new one just happened September 29th, with the same house and demon, except it was dressed up in all black, lacy attire, a hat, dress, and black shoes. This time, the demon was less put together, wearing a dirty white dress and had knots in it with stringy black hair. It was the same house, but last time it had an older setting, dated around the 50s or 60s, and the house this time was more modern. The inside was more messy this time. The main difference is the fact that somebody died in my dream this time. Now that the setting and differences are established, I'll get to the dream now, which is pretty long. One of my younger sisters, we'll call her T. She's 15 and loves watching you. My older sister, we'll call her R. They went to the store with my mom to get stuff for my older sister's apartment, and somehow I ended up in front of this house in the car we live in. I immediately felt negativity, which I didn't last time. It shifted to me in the house with a random person I'd never seen before. We could feel that we needed to look for something or somebody to save them. This gray triangular prism with electric blue lightning that lined the edges of it was inside of the prism, and it showed up in my hands. The object was to help look for spirits, and it automatically attracted to anything in the house that held it, meaning a connection with the dead person. It's weird because the last time I had this dream, It was me and T who did the searching, but we already knew what we were looking for and who we needed to rescue, and all we had to do was find it. I started waving the prism around the house, and it was going off like crazy, meaning everything in there was connected to somebody. We went upstairs and I continued to wave it around. We went straight to the bed, and I thought the bed was the object we needed to look for, but the demon was actually there, and yeah, I couldn't make out what it was saying. So I yelled suddenly to the other person that it wasn't the bed, but it was the curtain that the actual person was attached to. We quickly ran downstairs. I touched the curtain on the way out and it moved some, but I couldn't snatch it and take it with me like I was supposed to. We went down to the car, but the dude disappeared. It was just me and a few of my other siblings in the car again. T, R, and my mom were back with a random girl, and she was talking about how cheap cotton candy was at the store and how she would get some next time. A random car pulled up extra fast with the dude driving it. Dark skin, skinny, kinda short, regular black nappy hair with no fresh lining. A black shirt, some graphic print, and black pants. He hopped out, went into the house. I yelled at him not to go, but I didn't follow him in physically. I could see him in the room with the corner view. He was standing in front of the bed facing the same spot we found the demon, and he had seemed to be in a trance. There was a guy sitting there, a deceased rapper I really like. He passed in 2015. He had a purple glow in front of him. All I could see was the back of him and the front of dude except for his face because it was covered by the back of the rapper's head. The rapper started to mumble the words to one of his songs, coincidentally the song I was listening to by him, and the dude started to rap along. It got to the part of the song where he says, "The purple got me leaning like a kickstand," and when he said that, my view swiveled and I was able to see the dude. His neck was snapped and leaning to the left and blood was dripping down his neck. The rapper was sitting as still as stone on the bed as he continued to mumble the lyrics to his song, and the demon was next to the dude, smiling. I screamed, and that's when I woke up crying. This is the backstory to both of the dreams, and is completely optional to be added since I know the dream itself was long. The last time I had this dream, the older themed dream, it was my great grandma, my mom, and we were rescuing another one of my family members, slowly dying at the time. After that dream, there was a follow-up one of her in a red room, wearing red and sitting at a red table smoking. Me and my grandma were also there, and she was saying something about Ronnie, who I've never heard of or known until this dream. It turned out that Ronnie was the granddaughter of my aunt. I feel like these are more than just dreams, but I can't describe it exactly. Kind of like rescue type of missions of the person's spirit being held by this demon. It's like the demon has a hold on them and is using it for its own personal gain. The last dream I had, my mom willingly went in, was trapped inside but wasn't there for long. This time the rapper was forced to be there, and I could feel that he's been there a very long time. This dream was very intense, and I could feel the negative energy radiating throughout the whole thing. Sorry this was so long. If you want, I can email you what happened in my first dream I had. Again, love you and your videos, and I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you so much for sending in your story. That's crazy. It's almost like, the thing with dreams is you never know if it's, well, 9 times out of 10, I feel like you won't know if it's just your subconscious or just, you know, things that you think about constantly. And then when you go to sleep, your mind just interprets them into like a crazy way, because I feel like everything you do before you go to sleep affects your dreams, or everything that's on your mind or you're stressing about, it will come as a part or a little piece in your dream. So you never know if it's just that or you're getting a message, or, you know, it's really crazy to interpret dreams, and it's hard because mine be just as crazy as the one that you just had. When I was reading it, I was really imagining the whole scenario in my head, and it was very creepy to me. Thank y'all again for sending in y'all stories. I love stories like these, especially when it comes to the dream ones. Don't get me wrong, I love the paranormal activity ones. Those are top tier, but the dreams I feel like are a little higher for me because it's just so crazy to think about, like, what is going on inside of my head that will make me dream like this, you know? So yeah, I really love doing this. Thank y'all so much again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, say anything, and make sure you are subscribed because I will be randomly uploading all October, okay? Y'all already know the vibes. I love y'all so much, and I'm gonna see y'all in my next one. Bye.